Right. Do you want me to pitch you my fucking TV show idea again?
Yes, go ahead.
I pitched it already, but the recording failed. So I'm less energetic now,
Yeah.
and I'm pissed off.
Yeah, and I'll pretend like I haven't heard it before either.
Thanks.
Cheers, man.
So, fucking hell.
Oh, it's so shit. It's so shit.
So basically, it was like a sketch show idea. It's like a sketch comedy, sort of comedy, funny, but kind of gory and fucking scary at the same time. But it's called Careful What You Wish For. And basically, it's like a genie type situation, some magical entity that can grant you wishes. And the genie really does have power to grant wishes, and it will grant whatever you ask for. But it'll, unless you're extremely careful, you'll have like extreme caveats. So, like, for example, you might say, I wish to never have any dental problems ever again. But as a result of that, all your fucking teeth fall out. So you're like, you will have no dental problems again, but you fucked it because you got no teeth left.
I would take that, by the way.
You should be a gummy dickhead with no problems.
Yeah, you never have toothache ever again. Just get some fucking dentures, get it over with.
Yeah, I love that. So anyway, this geezer, episode 1, he knows about the problems that can be caused. Careful what you wish for. Genie's like, look, man, don't be fucking vague with it. Tell me what you want. And everything has an adverse result on the world. So if you ask for like, you can't ask for like infinite wealth because all the wealth has to be sourced from somewhere. So if you ask for like all the money in the world, then everyone's wealth across the planet will come to you and the whole world will just fucking melt down because there'll be no money left. So this geezer says, right, I'm going to play it fucking clever here. I'm going to be smart with it. So I ain't going to take all the money in the world. I'm just going to take a little snippet off everyone. But in the show, when you make a wish, it's like annotated above your head. So it's like subtitled, but the wisher can see the subtitles popping. So he says, I'm going to be smart here. He says, I'm just going to wish for like a couple of quid from everybody. Like in the UK, because it's set in the UK. So he says, you know what, I'm just going to take fucking a couple of quid from here. No one's going to see it leave the bank, you know what I mean? It's just, but I'm going to be good for like fucking 40 mil. So he says, I wish to inherit £2 from everybody in the UK. And then as he looks up and he sees his wish getting annotated out slowly, he wasn't clear enough, and where it says pounds, it's fucking there as LBs. So he's accidentally wished for £2 of weight in fucking pounds from everybody in the UK. And he just gets fucking blatted up gradually over over like 20 seconds. Like every couple of seconds, just £2 of fat just fucking hits his body and he just grows into like a gargantuan fucking flesh blob.
Yeah. And that blob might just sit there all day and fucking order stuff off Temu.
Yeah. Claim universal credit.
Just, it's hypothetical. But yeah, it is a cool idea. Now, would you do episodes? Let's say you pitch that idea to a TV show and they say, oh, that fits the narrative, obviously, like pounds, a bit of wordplay with the UK. But I bet if they're like, oh, but we've got ideas to do the show, like, and maybe the second episode is like an American version one. And is it got to be UK or is it got to just be where the cool scenario fits?
Yeah, it can be anywhere in the world. I don't know what the origin of the genie will be, how the genie's like found upon, but it could be anywhere in the world. Obviously, the putting it in the UK is like a twist on words, so you can use pounds.
Yeah, it feels weird. Like, thinking about it from like a viewer point of view, it feels weird to have it ground in reality that you can't wish for infinite wealth because it's got to be based in logic, but then also have this genie thing grant a wish, and then also, is it like a proper game show setting, like a live audience, like flashing lights and like buzzes it like bing, about like this noise, and then there's just a genie there in a suit and tie with like fucking cards, like right,
Come on down.
yeah, like what's it like, or is it kind of like a horror movie setting where it's just a bunch of teenagers like around like a sort of Ouija board, and then like the game is like that you wish for something cool, but with a caveat?
I think it's in any situation. So you could just be in a coffee shop and you you just happen upon this genie who sits down and he's like, "All right, I'm a genie.
I'll
Any
have a
wishes?"
fucking venti coffee, please. And all of a sudden, a fucking Starbucks fucking mermaid thing just comes and slaps you on.
Yeah, yeah, off the logo. Yeah, but it'd be cool to see that animated by somebody.
Yeah,
But yeah, just like
would you
this
rather see
guy's
that
just like,
animated in a cartoon form or like in a sort of like CGI?
I think realistic with CGI, and the guy's just like fucking. He looks up and he sees the LBs come through, and he like tries to fucking backtrack, like no, 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 like he wants to change his mind, but then he just starts fucking growing and like ripping, and just his skeleton is just crushed underneath him, and he just fucking gets massive.
Would you do episodes where it's always like doom and gloom, where someone gets fucked up, or would you have episodes where people like think about it smartly and beat the system?
Yeah, yeah. No, you'd have like successful episodes as well, where people actually get something cool.
Do people know? Because obviously it's called "Be Careful What You Wish For." So do people know that is it a live sort of stream? So I'm watching this dude put on 2 pounds every fucking second and just explode. Like, am I
Yeah.
watching this, or is it kind of just like, boop, and it's like this was filmed in front of a live audience, and it's just like all the fucking different colors on the screen. It's just like it's cut to fucking.
Oh no, you're gonna see this motherfucker get fat.
So it's kind of like Squid Gamey in a way.
You could have that guy like growing and growing, like it's just a terrible fucking like cataclysmic event, and then he just quietly skips to someone else in like a changing room, just going like, "Oh, these fit a bit looser than they used to."
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Like a little like of it taking 2 pounds off everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
And then
cool
back to
idea.
him, just fucking growing.
Oh man, would you watch that? Would you watch someone in real lifetime just growing 2 pounds every second until they just pop?
I don't know what size they'd be, man. They'd be like fucking flubber. Like they'd grow round for a bit, and then they just start squishing down, man, and like going over houses and shit.
Let's say it's kind of like a Squid Game thing where it's like kind of like anonymous. It's this group that put it on, and they live stream it around the world from like a different IP address every time. And it's like tune in. It's like the police are trying to track these people and take them down because they put on these like fucked up live streaming TV shows, and they've got possession of this like entity that can grant these like weird gift things. And it's like, oh man, should we watch that live stream tonight? Because some fucked up might happen. Like, would you watch that knowing like you might see some like gory real life shit there, man?
Oh, you mean if it was real?
Yeah, like if it was real like that, yeah.
Oh yeah, like Truman Show kind of thing. Like, oh fuck, who's gonna get killed today?
Yeah, like would you watch that shit?
Yeah, man, I'd watch that. Man, it'd be too fucking interesting.
Do you think in today's world, and I kind of had a discussion like this recently, like with Mark, do you think in today's world, if like they brought back sort of like executions in like public places how they used to just like in the town square, like someone was getting beheaded and hanged and things like that, do you think they'd live stream that shit nowadays if they brought that back?
Oh yeah, yeah. The fucking got GoPros on the fucking drones in Ukraine, man.
That's true, man.
Just
The amount of
scrolling
fucking-
through them on the toilet. Like, oh, let's see who's getting murdered today with a little grenade.
Yeah, that is crazy. To be fair, the amount of footage you're not meant to see that shit, man. Like, and those videos are brutal, man. Of just people just in a ditch, and then you can just see them last second clock like the little drone noise, and it just drops a grenade, and they're laughing
Yeah.
shit. Fuck, man.
Like, oh
That's
fuck, I
yeah.
can hear a fucking DJI Mini 3 somewhere. We're fucked.
Yeah, it's got a
I
fuck-
reckon on Mark's episode of fucking Careful What You Wish For, he'd be like, "Hey, look, I just want something small, man. Like, nothing massive. Like, my life's all right as it is. You know what I mean? I wish my hairline was just a little bit further forward." And he goes, "Yeah, man, done." Fucking bangs it, but it comes from the back. Whose hairline's like clogged up at the back.
Oh, so it's done nothing. Yeah, mine would be like probably the dental thing, wouldn't it? Like my example, like, yeah, I want no teeth
Yeah.
problems, and okay, you just got no teeth, motherfucker. But like I said, I think I'd like that because it'd be like, oh, that saved me a job, and I know I ain't ever got to worry about it again.
Yeah. They are like the realistic dreams, and they like, yeah, man, I wish to just never have fucking bad teeth problems again. Or like, I wish I just never had to wipe my ass again. Just fucking knock a shit and just crack out of there.
Yeah, because before we started going live, I just said I was going for a shit, and I went for one, and I use my phone as a webcam for this, and I went in there, and the sort of sudden like dread feeling of going into the bathroom without my phone was crazy. To be fair,
Because
like
you never know whether to go back out and get it and look like a cunt, or just be like, man, what do we do? Read
but
the back of this
but it was,
fucking bleach bottle.
it was already set up, and I was literally in there for like 2-3 minutes. So like, but it's like if you've ever got up from somewhere like a restaurant or something and you don't feel like your wallet in your pocket, that sort of like like your heart dropping and like fuck my wallet. Like it kind of felt like that, like because it's so used to just going into a bathroom with your phone. Like it's so like the feeling of like, oh fuck, I ain't got it. Like just for 2 seconds, like my brain is so infused with this fucking device that we use every day that like even shitting without it was like, fuck, can I even shit properly at the moment? Like that's how fucking normalized just having your phone with you all the time is, man.
Yeah. Amy actually commented on it recently because I always take mine. And I'm in there for probably fucking 10, 15 minutes because I'm shitting for a minute and then I'm just watching videos. And like a couple weeks ago, I just went in there, forgot my phone. And I was back out in like a minute and a half. And she was just like, it's mad how fucking quick you am in there when you took your phone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, yeah, it's just a task then, eh?
I wouldn't even say sometimes I might go in there, even like just reply to a text that you sent, and I'm done because I'm not in the bathroom for any longer than 10 minutes, especially if I'm shitting. Like maybe even 5. I get in, I get out. So like I don't even like use it for anything. I don't even look at reels, and if I do, it's like maybe 1 or 2, and I'm like, ha, and then maybe send it to you or whatever, and be like, ha, that's a funny one, and then wash my hands and get out of there. Like, so it ain't even like I'm in there and I really like necessarily need it, but when I go in without it, it's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like, it's like my brain don't want to just shit. It's like it still has to have these dopamine hits that the phone provides, man.
Yeah. You still want to see a fucking temple run above someone knitting a fucking jumper for a dog whilst watching a podcast clip.
I want to see a fucking shit AI video of something.
Yeah. Yeah, it is mad how much of just a fucking extension of you it becomes. But it's nice. It's nice sometimes to forget it and just be somewhere and you think, fuck, I ain't got it. What am I going to do? And your brain's like, we might as well just start looking around then and see the scenery and fucking, I don't know, see someone trip up or like just a couple walk by like 80 years old. Just be like, oh man, that's cute or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff you would have missed.
Yeah. What is crazy about it is because obviously we spoke extensively, maybe even too much on this podcast about AI before. And I'm a big fan of AI, to be fair, but the amount of fucking AI videos I'm seeing now, like I'm sick of seeing it. Like I am bored of AI videos. Like some of them are funny because they're so daft that like they're absurd. But
Yeah,
some
like
of
someone
them,
just fucking flying it through a ceiling or something like that. But when I saw one the other day, and it was just like a dog jumping into a car and like a bear jumps in after the dog. It's like, that's just AI, man. Like, it's just so boring.
I see so many racist ones, and I don't know what that says about my algorithm, but I see so many racist ones, and immediately I can see the racist joke coming, and I think this is AI. But well, obviously we're growing up through it. We're still kind of young, and we can kind of point out like oh yeah, that's for sure AI. But like, if you showed that like some of those to like your nana stuff, do you think that's already at the point of convincing even your parents, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
So then when do you think those lines will get really blurred for like even us, where you're like, man, I can't tell if whether that's real or not. It might have already happened. I might have just took stuff for gospel and it have been AI, but there's usually tells that I can see. But do you think it gets to the point where it even gets past us?
Yeah, I do think so, yeah. It's weird because we've been watching videos for probably fucking 25 years or something, you know what I mean? Like, just since the dawn of the internet. Or like 20 years, maybe. So I've watched that much video footage that I just know how stuff moves, and I know when the lighting's too perfect and just someone's like mouth or eyes or the quality or something. I'd say like 97% of AI shit I come across, I'm just like, yeah, it's AI. Like straight away, just the way something moves or like just the textures of stuff. But I will sometimes watch some. I might not be fully concentrating, but I'll like scroll past and then go, wait, let me go back, and then I'm like looking for certain artifacts. I'm like, shit, that's AI. Like that nearly got me. Like,
Yeah.
it will get you eventually. It's just it can only get better and
Yeah,
just
like I
train up
said,
even more.
it may have already got me. I might have just laughed at a video and thought, oh, that's funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it is crazy that, like, I know a lot of people fear it. A lot of people don't really know. Like, even Kyron, like, the more I tell him to use it, I just ask ChatGPT, man. And then the other day, his PC just completely froze and broke. And he messaged me and he sent me a screenshot of his like PC screen, and it just said like Windows was unable to detect your like graphics device. He was like, "Yo, my GPU, like something's up with it." And then he texted me like 10 minutes later and just said it ended up being a Windows update driver. Shout out to ChatGPT. So he obviously asked like ChatGPT, like this has happened. It fixed it for him, and he's starting to realize like, oh shit, like this ain't just like a quick search engine, which in a sense it kind of is, but it's much more than that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people just hear it as obviously a buzzword or oh yeah, I just see those videos and that's what it's capable of. But yeah, like I use it for work. I know a lot of people do. But yeah, it's
But
cool. It's
it's
cool.
just I was saying to my dad the other day, it's kind of pointless googling stuff because especially if you're looking for something for like an old car, like a 20, 30-year-old car, and you think like, fuck, what oil do we need for this car? So you like you go on Google, type it in, jump in a forum post, and it's like this oil, and then you think, all right, let me gather some more data. So you go into the next one, it's that oil. Go to the next one, this oil, that oil. And you think, which fucking I don't know which one to believe because they're all thingy, but you put it into ChatGPT and it's going to do that a million times, and then just collate the fucking what was there the most and just tell you. Like, it's going to search way fucking faster than you
And
can.
I saw a Mr. Who's the Boss video before where he was going through like Googling things and like the first like page essentially was all sponsored by Google links. So it weren't even like real stuff. It was stuff that Google's pushing to the front because they're affiliated with
Yeah.
something. And now Google even has like an AI overview fucking summary thing at the very top of the page now when you Google things. And like even that's bollock because sometimes I'll Google something knowing the answer and when I get confirmation on it and whatnot. I'm like, that's wrong. So that's pulled like from a source that's not actually true or it's too ambiguous. I'm like, that's not really answering my question. You've just like worded my question differently, but not really answered it. Like, so yeah, I don't know if and I think we spoke about this before that in my lifetime, even 10 years ago, if you would have said like something's coming out that's gonna make like Google obsolete, I'd have been like, what could be? Like I thought Google would be around
Yeah.
forever, and it will be because it'll adapt and stuff as well. But like you Google everything. Like everyone knows Google, everyone's used it. It's used every single day by everyone around the world for the most part. And just to think like that's becoming second best now, like that's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. Who's more at risk? Because I've thought about like when I visit my nan, just kind of sitting her down and saying like, have you heard of this AI thing? Like you've probably heard it pop up. Let me show you some examples of shit that is not real.
Mm,
And obviously to her eyes, it's just gonna look fucking insanely real. So I want to be like, look, like you can't really trust much anymore.
yeah.
But at the same time, like she's cracking on. You know what I mean? She's like mid-70s, so she might not. It might not matter to her too much. But then when I said we've been watching videos for probably 20 years, so if you say we started watching YouTube and shit from the age of 10
Mm,
and gathered all that data, what about by the time my son's 10 or a bit younger and he starts watching videos and by then it's just all AI? Like, what does he think? Like, because he can't look on past data to think that looks fucking fake. He'll just be convinced because it'll be normal to him.
yeah.
But then,
I wonder if they'll teach it in schools
mm,
because it's not going away. But then like they didn't teach like anything that was useful in our movies in school. So, but
no,
yeah, maybe they'll
just
teach you. They might even implement it into teaching. Like we had those interactive whiteboards come in like halfway through our like high school tenure, if you will. So like maybe there's just I don't know, like let's say you go to let's just use a fucking regular just a regular high school for example. Like we went to Winnall Sports College. Let's say when we was at school, they have their own in-house AI, and it's like Winnall Sports College's AI, and then it's on everyone's computer, and you can ask it stuff kind of like Copilot, and then that kind of teaches you in lessons, and like, oh, we're using this today for this lesson, and making it do this and that. Like they'll have to integrate it and stuff.
Funny thing is, our equivalent was the little fucking paperclip or the wizard,
Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
and
Like what you
that was
need,
shit.
what you
Yeah,
want, yeah, like little assistants and stuff. But yeah, like
yeah.
obviously, like even Siri is shit now. Siri is fucking wank now compared to anything. You can't do
Man,
anything.
Siri's a wanker. A few months ago, man, I was chatting to it, and I ain't gonna say the fucking buzzword because it's gonna ping up on mine. But I was like, set me a reminder for this, and it was like, I can't find an app for reminders, and I was like, well, fucking just set me a reminder in the reminders app for this date for this. I was driving, so I wanted to do it fucking through voice, not thingy. And it was like, I can't find an app for reminders. I was like, the fucking standard Apple app is just called Reminders.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's in your software?
Yeah, it is awful. I know I have seen Apple say a bunch of stuff like they're working on making it better, and there's big plans for it in 2026. And obviously, it's ingratiated a little bit in ChatGPT. It's literally just like a lazy cunt. You're like, oh, do this, and it's like, do you want me to ask ChatGPT to do that? So yeah, just fucking do that. It's like the middleman. It's just like
Let me get my mate.
it's the equivalent of that fucking useless twat in a cinema that just scanned your tickets to go in. He's just stood there all day. Like, I could just go and scan my ticket myself. Like, why are you there? You're just there
Yeah.
for a job, essentially. That's what Siri is.
Yeah, like, mate, you just watched me buy this ticket off him over there.
Yeah.
But I even got to the point where I was like, it was like, I can't find an app for reminders. And I just like went, oh, fuck off. And it just went, okay, I've turned off all notifications till tomorrow. And I went, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
But do you think,
awful.
do you think in like 10 years or maybe even less, we'll just, we're having a conversation now. Do you think we'll just have like interface devices on our fucking brains where we just look at each other and don't make a voice? We just transfer data at like just fucking a gig a second. We just know what we're saying.
I don't know. I saw a sci-fi episode or something. Maybe someone can let me know. It might have been like something like even Star Trek or some shit like that. It was kind of one of them where like I weren't really paying attention to it, but kind of seeing like what the overarching thing was, and it was about like a different race or a species, and they would watch them, and they all spoke sort of telekinetically, and they all like knew what each other were thinking, so it was kind of like a hive mind. And like it is already kind of like that because like we can have a conversation without even physically talking just by text. Like that's a very early form of it. So like eventually, like yeah, like I might be able to say something in my head and it be like transferred into your head somehow. Like I think in the realms of possibility, it is possible. Like I said, we do it essentially. Like even language itself is becoming like kind of universal with, like my AirPods have like auto translate and stuff in them, and like, even emojis, that's like a universal language. Like, yeah, I think, man, 10, 20 years, yeah, I think there might even be something where we can like maybe even like in not even so much as far as going to implement chips in our brain. It could be like fucking like some form of glasses, like meta glasses. You know what I mean? You put them on, and then like I'm saying something and sending something like in my head and sending it to your like fucking glass, and you pop it, you see it in your like eyes, like oh man, do you want to get out of here? This is shit, and then you just like look at me and we just go. You know what I mean? Like that's probably not too far away. That technology might even be here, just too difficult to implement right now.
Yeah, the meta glasses are obviously having little displays in your eye, like in your peripheral. I'm thinking more just pure data transfer. So like you could just send me an entire paragraph, but I don't have to receive it and read it. It just gets implanted in me, so I know it. And it kind of in a way of like, kind of a sort of an example is like memes. So I could send you a certain meme in a situation, and you just know exactly what I've said. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah,
kind of like how a thought works. Like you don't think the thought, it just appears in your head, doesn't it? Like you think about something, but you don't think about thinking it. You just know it.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it'd be like if fucking we were kind of overhearing someone's awkward conversation, and then I just showed you like the Kermit drinking the tea. You know what I mean? Like you instantly just know. Oh yeah, like
so
he fucking knows what's going on.
Airdropping a thought in your brain, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm just it can just be back and forth because the data transfer will be that fucking fast.
Could you turn notifications off for that? Because what about if you're at a funeral, man, and I just send you something dead inappropriate or something?
Yeah. I'll try and set a fucking reminder, then my notifications will go off automatically about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That is one of the things, like, I might have spoke about it on here before, but I know I've spoke about it in person to you before. Like, I do have, like, FOMO. Like, I never used to give a fuck about dying, obviously, because I was a fucking depressive maniac. But nowadays, like, as I'm getting older, and it could be to do with, obviously, realizing your mortality a little bit as you get older, and you feel like, oh, like, especially when you get to a point where people start dying around you, and like people you grew up idolizing, they start dropping, you think, oh, like, I'm getting up there, I'm starting to see like the other end kind of thing. Like, I think that might be natural. And then I think you come out the other side of that as well. I think, like, when you speak to all the people, they're like, yeah, I can't fucking wait to die. You know what I mean? I think you go through like to like a kid to maybe 20, you don't give a fuck because I guess 30 from 20 feels like eons, and you don't give a fuck about dying, probably because you can't perceive it or really understand it. I think when you get to like 30 to 40, I imagine you are like, ooh, I don't want to die. Like, I want to achieve this in my life still. I'm still kind of young, but getting up there a little bit. And I think that you come out the other end of that and you're like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I do feel like you go through those beats through life.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
my thoughts are always kind of like when I find out someone's just dad's fucking dead or something, but they died when they're like 15 or 20. And I just think, man, like, you went through that and now you're just normal. Like, we can just talk and you're fucking happy and stuff. I can't imagine just losing a fucking parent or someone close, you know what I mean?
But do you feel like that way about Max? Do you feel like, what about if you like die and then like Max has to grow up without a dad and that man does those thoughts creeping
Yeah, I
to your
do.
mind?
Yeah, I do, man. It makes you feel so fucking vulnerable. Like shit, I need to fucking stick around, man. Like, not put yourself in stupid situations or.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast and the dude's like 50 or 55, and his daughter's quite young still. I think she's like 8 or something like that. Like, and he was saying like, man, like, I never thought I'd be the dad that wants his daughter to get married and find a guy quick, but like, I also don't know if I'll be alive to see my daughter married or even be a granddad, because I'm like 55 now. Let's say she don't get married till 30, you know, it gets sticky around those ages. Like,
Yeah.
and I never thought about that, like, as a parent, because I don't have that sort of parent brain. Like, do you think like, man, what about if like Max gets married and I like ain't around to see it? Like, what age is he gonna get married? Like, how old am I gonna be if I am around? Like, am I gonna be able to like get up and like sort of enjoy it with him? You know what I mean? Like, do you think about that shit?
I do, yeah. And like, because firstly, like, your thoughts are just, it's just inevitable. So you can't put it off. You have to just be there for the ride. Like, you're gonna get old. People are gonna die. You can't avoid it unless you just disappear and disconnect from everyone. You just can't fucking avoid that it's gonna happen one day. You know what I mean? But yeah, with my kid, it's like I do imagine just fucking being gone, man, and just him. Like, I imagine just fucking being invited to like a Mr. Beast challenge for like 50 days and just being gone for that. I'll be like, man, I can't leave him behind for that long. But
Yeah.
to just be gone at such a young age and then like, you don't know
because it's
if you're coming
unless
back.
obviously something, you know, out of the ordinary happens. Like, most likely you're not gonna be able to. He's gonna see you go, but you're never gonna get to see how his life ends up fully. Like, you don't get to see him from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Like I said, unless like something weird or unfortunate happens. So like, I hear like a lot of parents on interviews and podcasts and stuff talk about that. Like, that's horrible for them. Like, not knowing that, like, how did they turn out? Like, how did they handle like even more death and stuff like that? Like, thinking about it afterwards, because most likely the chances are like you are gonna go before them. So like, not the not knowing, you know what I mean, of like what they're gonna be, like who did they end up being, like what where did they die at like 100? Like, that's kind of weird to think about, innit?
Yeah, and it's kind of like the more relationships you set up and more people you invest time into and care about, it's just more points of failure where there's just potential for fucking sadness. You know what I mean? Like, my dad always said he'd never get a dog just because he knows that in like 10, 15 years he's going to have to fucking watch it die or put it down. That's why he never got a dog. He like just looked forward and thought, because he likes dogs, but he was just like, I don't want that pain in 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
Understandable, yeah. Yeah, I
it's
got
kind of like that. It's like people you fucking bring into your life and create and make relationship. It's like, fuck, I care about so many more people. That's like more people that are eventually one day going to be fucking probably taken from me, or you know what I mean?
true. But that's why I guess sort of say like you always tell people that you appreciate them and you love them and like just let them know because you never know who's going to be around and when. But yeah, like I feel the same way. I've got 3 cats, man, and I fucking love them all. And like sometimes I'll think about like, oh, one day, man, this little fucking cute thing's gonna be dead, and like the thought of that like drops my heart in like my stomach. I'm like, oh man, that feeling, like I can't imagine I'm gonna deal with that. But then like, let's say they're all around for 15, 20 years, like it sucks that one day I'll have to. They might even die in my arms, man, and like that might be like traumatizing. But then I got 20 fucking years of love out these motherfuckers. Like it's shit and it's inevitable, and one day you have to go through with it, and it's a tough pill to swallow. But you just gotta be grateful for the 20 years of fucking love that they brought all before that. You know what I mean? Or even 5 or 10 or whatever it might be. Like because accidents can happen, or they just get ill or sick. Like that's why you gotta just love them, man, and just be like, fuck it. Like, yeah, it's gonna suck that one day this is gonna perish, but like, that's why I love it for now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And it's it's a weird one, ain't it? Really, because we look at losing someone as like, oh, they've died. You know what I mean? Like it's sad, but they're fucking chilling. Like they've gone, they've clocked out. Like their pain and fucking misery and like anxiety, and that's all just finished. Like they're in a better fucking place.
Yeah, I am.
But you, yeah, but you're just like, fuck, I ain't gonna see him again. But I kind of try and see it as like, man, they got no pain anymore. Like they're just fucking, they're just done. They don't know.
Yeah, I think like I'm someone that like I have no idea. Like I think a lot of people would want like a crystal ball to see like what their funeral would look like, who comes and be like, ah, that motherfucker, like that's fake, like they're acting like I was best mate to them and they've turned up at my funeral all crying, but we didn't even like each other. Like, why are they there? Like, everyone would kind of want to see who turns up at the funeral, who says what. But like for me, like I don't want people making a big deal out of it. Like I don't want people like it's like tombstones and stuff like that and funeral services comes to like 8 to 10 grand. Like it's an expensive thing, and I don't want to put people in debt just because they think that's what I want. Like kick me to a fucking curb and just have a wake at a pub. And even at my funeral, I don't want like you can cry and do whatever you need to do because obviously losing someone's always sad and that. But like I want people like bullshitting. I want people having a laugh. Like fucking open up my casket, if it's an open casket, and just draw a fucking dick on my head with a fucking ink or something. Like do something, you know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta make it a sad thing. Like celebrate my life. Like this is what you'd want. He'd want us fucking taking the piss out of him. Like, oh look, pulling my fucking suit trousers down, looking at my little dead dick. Like, oh look at that dick, man. You know, like
He was always saying he had a massive one as well.
yeah,
Not bad.
just have a laugh with it. You know what I mean? Because like I hear people talk about that, like, oh yeah, we don't really talk about it as if like we're going there and thinking about them being dead. We're celebrating what their life was, and I think that's probably the best thing to do, man. Because you hear police officers and shit like the way they cope and seeing like the shit they have to. If you're like a homicide detective, like, and you've seen little girls dead on the side of highways and shit like that, like, and that's your every single day type of situation. Eventually, they start like elbowing their partners and be like, "Look at this little fucking dead bitch!" Like, and it's not because they really think it, but you joke in situations like that because it's like a coping mechanism in a way. Like I heard stories of even like firefighters like the day after 9/11 were like making jokes about it and stuff, and it's like it's how you deal with it. That's why I like comedy and freedom of speech and stuff is so important, man. Because you need to make light of some stuff, man.
Yeah, and I think you need to respect them kind of in their personality. Like I've got a slight regret I have in life that I don't know, I think about every like few months that I wish I could kind of go back and change. I think I was only probably 15, 16, 17 at the time, so I didn't have much fucking confidence. But it was at like my great nan's funeral, And like I had a good few memories of her. Like I didn't see her too much because she was just a great nan. So you just you didn't much, but
Yeah.
I saw her every now and again, and she lived not far from my nan's. And everyone, she was like a cracker, man. She was like old school, you know what I mean? She was 70 fucking like, I don't know, 15 years ago. So she was old school, like born in the fucking 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, everyone was getting up and saying like, oh, she was so lovely and blah, blah, blah. Like she was so caring and she was always looking out the fucking window saying, look at these neighbours. And I just thought like, man, you're all being a bit too soft. Like she was a cracker, man. Like tell how her fucking real personality was. And
Yeah.
I wish I got up because I got a good anecdote from like one of my memories with her. And like I really wanted them to just say, look, does anyone else want to say anything? And in my head, like I went up there and I just said like this story because the once I rode from my nan's, which was her daughter, to my great nan's, like her mom. And I just went and visited her, like took her somewhere there. And then I think my nan phoned and said like, "You owe me 2 fags, whatever," like to my great nan,
Mm.
and she was like, "Yeah, I'll get him to you when I can or whatever." And she said to me, "Oh, like I got to give you nan these 2 fags. Do you want cigarettes for the American listener or whatever?" But yeah, I got these 2 fags for you, nan. Do you want to take them with you? And she was like, I put them in a little bag or something, and like I was gonna ride back, and I was just a kid. I was probably only 10, and I was like, what if someone sees me with them? Because it was like quite local.
Yeah.
And she just went, well, fucking put one behind your ear and give him something to talk about. And I was like, man, I wish I got up and said that in front of everyone because they would have been like, yep, that's exactly how she fucking was.
Yeah. Yeah, because like those funeral things, and I've only ever been to like maybe 2 or 3 in my life, and like one of them was a friend of mine, and it was very much people got up and spoke about like who he really was, and it was like, yeah, that was him for sure. And I've been to ones where like they're so generic they could just be about anyone. You know what I mean? It's just like that. You're just saying like, yeah, they were a lovely person. You know, like if they could see the turnout here, they'd be touched. And it's like, yeah, like, you could say that about any motherfucking person that's dead. Like, tell us like the real person, like the jokes they'd crack and stuff like that. And yeah, like obviously you want people to be like, if you could, like I said, look at a crystal ball and see people turn up at your funeral and no one's crying, you'd be a bit like, fucking hell, someone be a bit sad for me, you know what I mean? So like, I want someone to be a bit upset that I'm fucking dead, but like, I wouldn't want anyone like feeling bad. Obviously, it depends how you fucking die. If you go in a brutal fucking way, and it's like it's hard to crack jokes about that. Or if I like, get kidnapped and die from like a gangbang, like 10 dudes just rape me to death. Like, yeah, you can't really make jokes about that. You know what I mean? But like, do it anyway. Like, it's literally what I'd want.
What's your ideal, like based on what you think your vibe and personality is, then what would you like to hear people saying about you as you fucking going into the ground or going into the cremation curtain or whatever? Like,
Mm.
what do you want people saying?
I don't know. It's a little bit like narcissistic, isn't it? So I can't really say I thought about it, but like,
So tell you mine if you're warming up to it.
yeah, go on. Let's hear. I'll have a think on it.
Yeah. I've thought about it a bit before, but it's also just what I kind of think when I ain't there. Like, you ever just wonder like what people are saying when you
Yeah,
ain't
like
there?
what's something like you'd like to overhear people say essentially about you?
Yeah. I think it'd just be like I'm fucking getting buried or whatever, and they're just like he was always just fucking chilled, wasn't he? Like he always just had a smile on his face. Like he was just always laughing. He
Mm.
never gave a shit. Like he was just so laid back just forever. And he'd just fucking he'd help anyone. Like he'd fucking if he could he'd help you out and true to his word. But mainly he was just laid back fucking his whole life and just had a laugh. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like just something like that.
yeah. I think for me, it'd be something like maybe that like I was always authentic, maybe like unapologetically myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he never fucking played the game. You know what I mean? He always said it how it was. And like, not that I'm someone that like sticks it to the man because you have to fucking suck the corporate dick sometimes just to get by in life, and you can't always tell people to fuck you. But I have done. So like, maybe something along the lines of like, yeah, you never let anyone sort of tell him how to fucking live his life. You know what I mean? Like he fucking just did what he wanted, like something along those lines. Like however
Yeah.
realistic that is. Just yeah, that I was just myself and never like played the fucking game.
Yeah. And do you think you could use those thoughts and like what you want them words to be to kind of guide you in life, in your fucking how you act and what your personality is?
A little bit, but then I also feel like if my like going on my example, for example, if I want people to think like, oh yeah, I want like he was always authentically him, and then I'm trying to put in their brain that I'm authentically me. That's me not being authentic. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, say authentic more. Fuck me.
Okay, now come on. Get some vernacular, will you? I always yeah, talking about the fucking funeral costs and all that kind of shit and all that palaver, like for a few years I think I just want to get fucking donated to science or something, man.
Yeah.
Give somebody my fucking eyes and like my eardrums or something, you know what I mean? Like give someone the fucking bridge on my nose or something, man. Give them a good one. Like
Fucking hell.
just or a few people.
Okay. Dish that out, man.
They got to fucking fight for one of these bridges.
Maybe the fucking can use it as a replacement for fucking Cliffs of Dover fall out, man.
Fucking prop it up. Nah, but I thought like, yeah, like donate me, man. Just fucking tap my organs, man. Keep some other people alive while
I
I'm
was
gone,
actually
you know what I mean?
speaking about this because just like your wife, we've been watching Grey's Anatomy, and
Gonna get a drink.
I think that I don't know if this is true. Maybe you know, because obviously your wife's a nurse. But I think like automatically, unless you sign something saying that you're not, I think everyone in the UK is possibly like a donor.
It's true. My dad told me because I was talking to him once and I was like, I said that like, oh, I want to be donated and fucking donate my fucking lungs and heart and shit and keep other people alive. And he was like, oh, you'll have to opt back in then because everyone's already in. But I opted you all out, like when you were kids, because I didn't want to think about you fucking like dying at 10 years old and then being chopped open and that. So I opted you out, like, so you have to opt back in. So yeah, you are. You're automatically a donor.
So so I got two things. Let's touch on that then. Let's say because you're a father now and obviously you have a kid. Let's say an unfortunate circumstance which hopefully doesn't come to fruition where your kid's sick and dying and then you're in the hospital and a doctor or a nurse comes into you and just says, look, like kid's not got long left, but he's got two fucking healthy kidneys and there's someone that's his perfect blood type and everything and you know, can we donate those immediately? And you're like, fuck, no, man. Like, those are my kids. Or would you be like, yeah,
That's a fucking tough one, eh?
it is, man. That's tough.
Because like the kind of the kind of romanticized bit of it is, oh, he's gonna go off and save some other kids, but like the other side of it is just he's in hospital, so they're just gonna fucking grab him, chuck him on the table, slice him, grab the bits out, chuck him about. I mean, is that gonna be nice? Is it?
No. But
So
like,
I think I'll say, fuck your kids, leave mine as is, put him in a box.
yeah, for me on the whole donor thing, thinking about it is weird to me because, like, yeah, like people having like my heart and all that type of shit. Like, but on the other side, if I'm dead, then I don't give a fuck. Use whatever you need. And like, you know, if I've got a great liver, say, for example, and then some kid needs a fucking liver, like I'm dead or dying. So like let that kid fucking live, man, have my liver. But like the idea of it's weird to me now while I'm alive and stuff. But I know like once uh, I'm not gonna need it and I'm dead. Like I don't know why people have a weird thing about it, to be fair, because I am assuming those people think there's maybe like an afterlife or there's something more to life. So like you want to keep your bits for whatever reason. But like as an atheist, I do think when I'm dead, I'm just fucking dead. So those are just rotting, useless bits. Then, and if they could go on to just help a kid or just some regular person live their life when mine's ended, like why wouldn't I want that? Like fuck it, because
Yeah.
like if I'm in the situation where my liver's fucking dying, I'm like shit, I need a liver. I'll assume, like, yeah, give me someone else's liver, you know what I mean? But that same person
Yeah,
might be
that's
like,
it.
no, I ain't giving mine away, but give me yours.
That's what I was gonna say. Like if you'd received some kind of transplant from someone who died, you'd be like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
they did that proactively. Like, but yeah, man, if I'm fucking if I'm gone, man, if I'm finished, like, give someone fucking half my shin bone or an eyelid, man. I ain't bothered. You know what I mean? Keep them
Yeah, I
going.
don't think they give that stuff. It's just vital organs. Imagine having
Oh, we
one
need it.
fucking eyelid shaved darker than the other, man.
Fucking vitiligo leader. Oh, we need an Achilles heel from a size 9.
Yeah. And it's just like the way, like, it's just some twat in like a stripy white and black, like, Foot Locker shirt, and you're just there trying to put shoes on. Get me an Achilles heel, size 9 stats.
Yeah. Got any fucking Achilles in the back? Let me have a look.
Yeah, it's weird, the whole donating thing. But yeah, hopefully I'm never in a position where like I'm waiting on a transplant list and fucking waiting for some cunt to die so I can have his shit. But I
I
don't
know.
give a fuck
Imagine
about
that for
my
a
stuff.
position to be in.
Oh man, so scary.
I know.
But yeah,
Just counting down the days.
I wouldn't mind
We
like
ain't gonna get
donating
fucking
shit
together.
to science though. Let's say like I don't know, like I get speaking to someone that's like, man, you've got quite a fascinating brain. Are we okay to like when you pass, like go through it and just like observe some shit in your head? I'm like, go ahead, man. Like I don't give a fuck. Once you're dead, eh, man? Like there's nothing else. There can't be
Yeah.
anything else. Well, not that it can't be, but like chances are most likely just the way things work.
And that's the time where I don't have to be asked to help people as well. You know what I mean? I can help people without putting the work in myself.
Yeah, and that's
Like
the best.
sometimes because we took a lot of fucking kids' clothes away because he outgrows them, and I'll go like, oh, let's fucking bag all these up, like take them to the clothes donation thing down the road, and like just some kids somewhere fucking I don't know some slums or whatever is going to get a nice little fucking Nike SB jumper, but then like 5 minutes later I'm like, that's down the road. No, the fucking bins are here. I won't chuck them in.
Oh, you don't do that. I actually do that. I'll chuck like we'll go and we'll chuck a bunch of clothes and shoes and stuff in the donation stuff. To be fair, I do that. I don't just chuck them in the bin.
I do sometimes, but then sometimes they're just taking up that much fucking space in the car because I can't remember to upload them. And I'm just like, oh fuck it, who wants this little fucking granddad's best mate jumper anyway in fucking Bangalore? You know what I mean? Get in the bin.
I'm like, keep someone fucking warm, man.
Yeah, well, now it's gonna fucking keep a fucking seagull warm on a fucking landfill.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. Yeah, I think like I like I don't really donate to charity or anything, but like I don't fucking earn enough to be honest. But I think if I was one of these people that had like a lot of wealth coming in, I would. I do like to do good things for people. Like it'd be tough for me, and I wouldn't say even recent until like recently, to be fair. And I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, and obviously I'm back in therapy and stuff. But I am feeling more of an emotional person as I get on, especially this year. And before, I didn't really give a shit or even really process it. But yeah, I think like the idea of helping people now is like I like that idea more and more and more. And it'd be tough for being someone like John Cena or even some of these like superhero people like Tom Holland, where you got to go to like a hospital dressed as Spider Man and like you're dealing with like a bunch of like sick cancer kids in there, like, oh, it's so exciting, oh, you're good to be, and then you've just got to walk out and just live your normal life thinking that those kids are going to die in like 2 weeks. Like, I like the idea of doing that for people, but that's so heavy, man, that like, I don't know if selfishly I'd want to go through that. You know what I mean? Because like, but on the same side, like, that might be like the last happy thing that I might ever experience, and it might be the best day of their life, and I've gave that them, and that's a nice and cool feeling. But selfishly, man, that's like a heavy like thing to take with you for the rest of your own life, man. Like you got to commend. Like I think John Cena has done like over 1,000 Make a Wish things, man. That's so fucking mad. That is.
Fucking hell. No revisits though.
Probably not. No. Cunt's probably fucking sick of Disneyland at this point.
Nah, yeah, I do like helping people. Like, usually if I just come across somebody in need, like just fucking someone struggling to push the car, or like their fucking card ain't working, and it's just a few quid. Like I like to just, oh mate, I'll get that,
Mm,
whatever. Like no big deal. But I don't think I don't really have the time to just think proactively. Let me look for some people that need help and help them out. Like it's
nah.
usually in the. But like I say, you ain't got enough fucking time and money and just concentration to to just go out there to find people that need help.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go through like stages. So like sometimes even like when you go to McDonald's and you have those like touchscreen things where you order your food, or maybe not even McDonald's, and then when you put your order through, it says you want to donate 15p to this. And I think, nah, fuck off, man. Like, this is my fucking
Yeah,
money. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I say,
same,
no,
yeah.
thanks. And I'm like, fuck you, man, asking me that. And sometimes I will just be like, yeah, fuck it, 45p, round it up or whatever. But yeah, sometimes I'm like offended and pissed off. And plus, like, I think I'm doing good and going, yeah, like, start at 45p, but like, I don't know where the fuck that's legitimately going. Mackies could just be skimming that and be like, cheers for the extra 45p, you twats, you know what I mean? Like, I don't actually know where that's going. And I think that's the thing with charity as well, that there's always someone benefiting from it or profiting from it somewhere. Like, even the dickheads in the high streets with like clipboards, they're all paid and stuff like that, not taking the time out to do it all, you know what I mean? So like, and you hear like of all these things like Red Cross and all these people and like these controversies and stories coming out that like, like 12 million of it like, randomly disappeared. And it's like, well, there's like 12 million gone. Like, just going in people's pockets. You never really know unless I can physically go and hand the money to these like sick kids and stuff like that. I'm always going to be like, where's that going now, man?
Yeah, because they're down as like non-profits, aren't they? But
Yeah.
paying people's wage doesn't count as the profit. So some of them are just on like fucking 200 grand a year, still counting as a non-profit, but that's their wage. Like, that's fucking justified. That's the other way around it. Like, the wages doesn't count as profiting.
What do you think? And this could get controversial. What do you think is like the stupidest charity you've ever seen? You're like, that? Like, people need help with that?
Fucking hell. I don't know. I need a minute to think on that one. I know that Help for Hero was meant to be quite corrupt, weren't it? Like, apparently they were taking like a big fucking cut of what was donated. Like 5% might find its way to some injured fucking veteran or whatever.
Yeah, I see it a bunch. Like, when like Hurricane Katrina happened and Hurricane Sandy and stuff, like these devastating earthquakes and stuff that happened that flattened fucking cities and stuff. And obviously there's big donations and stuff there. Like, I even hear like a small percentage of like the millions that they conjure up only get to them, man, and the rest goes for like admin and all that type of stuff, just getting to them. And I think that's fucking bollocks. Like, I'm down to help people and give out of my pocket and stuff to help other people. Because, like you said, there might be a situation where you might need to hand your hand out and hope that someone fucking helps you, like with the whole transplant list and stuff like that. So, like, I'm happy to. I don't really believe in karma, but like, I'll do it for the sake of like maybe someday like someone can help me and I'll be the person that's thankful for it and stuff. But when you go through businesses and corporations and stuff, you don't know who the fuck is getting that, man.
Yeah, it's true. And do you because usually myself, I just, when I'm in the shit or just in a crappy situation or shit's just fucking in a rough patch, I just don't really expect any help from it. Like, I do get it from certain people and I know it's there if I need it, but I never kind of think, shall I ask for some help somewhere? I just fucking crack on and let the time pass and it eventually sorts itself out, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
never think, let me fucking reach out to somebody.
Yeah, I don't either, to be fair, but that could just be like a pride thing, to be fair. Like, for instance, I could say, oh man, I'm fucking struggling with this, and you could be like, I could genuinely help that. Why don't you ask me, a twat? And like, vice versa. Sometimes you just, it's a pride thing, like, I don't want to seem weak or pussy to ask for this or whatever. And sometimes you might not even think of it because you might just think, like, I don't want to burden someone with this, or I can actually handle this myself. So like, you don't really feel like you need help. Essentially, you do, but you don't feel that you can handle it.
Yeah, and I think you subconsciously don't want to put yourself off balance with that person. Like, oh, they've sorted me one out. Like, I need to sort them one out soon to just get us back to zero, sort of thing.
Yeah, I hated it that you got me a birthday present or a Christmas present, whatever it was.
I think
Yeah,
it was birthday, but no, Christmas, but we did it at like in March
around my
time.
birthday. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like feeling indebted to someone, and like you could even not even see it that way. Like, yo, bro, just have this whatever, and you need it with, and it's cool. Like, you don't want me back. You don't need to do this back for me or whatever. But in my head, I'm still like, fuck. Like, we're not. The equilibrium is gone. Like, we need to get it even. Like, that's how I feel. So, but
you know what a shitty kind of like handout requests in the car scene. Sometimes people are set up like GoFundMe's to like fund their car build.
Oh,
and it's like, oh, my fucking my Nissan Skyline's been off the road for 3 years. Like, I'm looking for donations so I can get the build back on track. It's like, man, fuck off. You got a fucking Skyline sitting there. Like, sort it yourself.
that
Like that.
pisses me
That's a
off.
hobby, man. Yeah, you ain't getting free handouts for your fucking hobby. Like, you're in a privileged position. Like, fucking deal with it.
That's the equivalent of being like, oh, my PC's shit and I'm looking to upgrade it. Please donate to me. Like, I want a better fucking GPU or something. Ah, yeah, that bugs me. But like, there's people that would just do it. Like, I've done it with friends that they've posted on Facebook, like, I'm doing this fucking run, donate, and I'll just chuck a fiver at them or whatever. And I think, yeah, fuck it. You know, sometimes I might not even do the run. I'll just chuck it there and, you know, it's a fiver, like, whatever. It might help someone, but I'm okay to just drop a fiver on something. But yeah, I didn't know people were doing that shit with the cars. That would piss me off.
Yeah, it's like proper fucking irking. I did once donate to a mate, like a tattoo artist geezer that I knew, and like I was kind of pally with through cars. He put up like a GoFundMe for like his IVF with his missus, so they could have a kid.
Yeah, shit, like,
And
that's fine.
I donated like 20 quid to that. But like I do have a little thought when they pop up and it's like a picture of all three of them. I do think like, man, I own like a little percent of that kid. Man.
Yeah, just claim it. So, yeah, I want him weekends.
Yeah. That's it, man. I own a couple little strands on his head. I do, man. I put
Yeah,
20 in that
that's kind of
investment.
cool. Yeah, I'd happily do that. Like, if you're starting a business or you're doing something, like every time you've started like a venture, like I'm like, yeah, man, I'll share it. I'll do whatever. Like I'm
Yeah.
happy to help people do that shit or, you know, chuck whatever I can at it. But yeah, if
Yeah.
people are just saying, yeah, help me get my car back on the road, you know, and like I said, they've got a Skyline, and they're probably the reason they can't afford it is because they have to get a loan out and put themselves in debt to eventually get that car.
Mm.
They can't maintain the
Yeah.
upkeep. Like, yeah, fuck you. Should have bought it when you
And
saved for it.
yeah, and I know what it's like. Like, I've had passion in cars, and I've been desperate to get a car on the road, and it's like it gets to an emotional place if you're a proper car person. Like, man, I just want to enjoy this thing and fucking make memories with it and enjoy it and stuff. But you don't just fucking flat out ask to like everyone pay for my car. You know what I mean? Because who deserves it the most? Like, there's fucking millions of people out there with half finished projects.
And wouldn't it feel better to like have it sat there and then you worked it piece by piece and you build it ultimately like, yeah, I've grafted and I've really put time in, and you know it's took me a while to do that, and you know I've scraped a bit off my income every month to put more towards it, like rather than just someone like you said you looked at that kid and was like, yeah, man, I own at least that kid's eyebrow or something, like knowing that, like, oh yeah, I've not really done much for this, like other people have just helped me get this, you know what I mean? Like, surely it'd feel better to really put it in yourself and be like, yeah, man, this is because of my efforts and my work for this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And you can kind of imagine them because it ain't like they're just trying to get their life back on track or like their house is burnt down or something. They're just going to be there like, oh, fucking hell, that geezer's done 800 quid. Like, but that's all just turbo, man. I'm fucking upgrading today. Like, it's going to be shallow, ain't it? Like, it ain't going to be fucking proper appreciative. It's just gonna be like, fuck, it's coming in. Let's get the car built.
Yeah, I don't understand that line of thinking. Like, but they'll probably get people fucking donating still, and then like, who's the real twat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't I doing
Yeah,
it then?
true. Yeah. To be, like, jokes aside though, with that one with the IVF thing, like, it was a really nice feeling that it worked for them because it was no guarantee that the IVF would work either. So like when you saw that they were pregnant and they're like, I see they've got like a fucking 4-year-old. It's a nice feeling. Like, man, I helped a little bit towards that. Like, I helped someone, like a family, fucking be possible. You know what I mean? Where they really needed help. Like, it kind of showed who their friends were, sort of thing. And like, it's just like, yeah, man, I want this to fucking work for you. So like, here's my bit.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like I said, there's like being charitable and that type of stuff. It's like a selfish thing also, you know what I mean? It feels good to help people, but you only do it because it feels good to help people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it
it's like
makes
selfishly selfless, ain't it?
yeah. So like when you do something that it helps people, it does make you feel good, and like that's kind of in a way what you do it for. Like selfishly, you do it because of that feeling of like, oh, I've done something to help someone. Like, you don't really do it because you can. There is an element of that, but it's most people will donate and do charitable things because it's an ego thing. Like, oh, I'm a good person innately because I do this and I do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
fine as long as it is helping the people that you need. Like, whatever motive you have for doing it. But I don't know, man. Some people Some people just take it a bit too far and think that they're the best people in the world because that's what they're doing, and then that's when it all gets corrupt. It's like the whole domination thing. Imagine if you just seen like a homeless person, there was like, any change, mate? And you said, yeah, yeah, and you like pull like your wallet or whatever and start giving him change. If some just dude stepped in between you in like a seat, went, yep, yep, I'll have that, cheers, mate, and I'll give it to him. You wouldn't give it, would you? You wouldn't give
Yeah,
it. You'd be like, no, no, let me just give it in, mate. No, no, no. Like, we need to have a look at that, make sure it's all like kosher and
yeah,
everything's the same with that. I'm like, okay. And you think he's kept that in, eh? That's what it's like doing it to an organization and a business to me.
yeah. Basically, the tax man, ain't it? Like, oh, I'm gonna give this homeless geezer £3, and he gets 2.90. You're like, yeah, see you later.
Yeah, like I
That's
had to
10p
hand it
gone
to
out.
him, so that's my cut.
Yeah, that's it. But
Yeah.
where's the fucking potholes, man? I don't see him with a nicer pillow. What's going on?
Yeah. I wanna walk past this little fucking den and it look like the inside of a dream of the amount of money I'll get that cunt.
I pulled up to one before, like, because because quite often now they just sit on a fucking central reservation
Mm.
at like traffic lights or something. So when the cars just all day long, like fresh new cars are just stopping at the traffic lights and they just fucking stare at them. I like just fucking pulled up to this one the once and I had James Brown like fucking blasting out the car. And I just fucking skirted up, man, give him a fiver and just tanked off again. He must have just thought, what the fuck? So I had like, I'm feeling good, fucking James Brown. And like, I
Mm.
just skirted up, give him a fiver, and he just went, "You sure, bro?" And I just went, "Fucking have it." And then I went, zoom off into the sunlight. He was like, "Oh, fuck it now."
Uh.
Wonder if he had James Brown in his head all day, all day.
No, he probably had fucking crack instead of your fiver.
Yeah, yeah. He was fucking. It was back in the day though, so he was just fucking paying back into the ecosystem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know how much that you see like science news articles and stuff. But like, you know what the James Webb Telescope is?
Yeah, yeah, the big
So
fucking gold panna.
yeah, so that's obviously been taking like pictures of the early universe and stuff. And I've seen a new article that like might have confirmed that it's captured the first stars in the universe.
Fuck.
Think of the implications of what that means, man, if that's true. Like that's such a big fucking thing to discover.
How do you know though? Is there just nothing past them?
So they're in categories. So like say our sun is a star. It's comprised of different like elements. So when the Big Bang happened, it's mostly hydrogen and helium. And our like sun, a star, it it's got way more heavy elements. So it's like made up of hydrogen and helium, but it's also got like sodium and other like chemicals and stuff in there. Because obviously throughout the years, suns blow up in supernova and like those elements obviously get passed and then other stars are born with those elements. So like they've looked when they first discovered like what stars are, they're okay, they're comprised of these. And then when they discovered like the cosmic microwave background, which is like the remnants of the Big Bang. Like when obviously the Big Bang happened, it's like the aftermath of the outcome of it, like the dust, the gas, all that type of stuff. So they can see what was around in the early universe. So when they look at our stars, they're like, oh, those stars are made up of other dead stars. So what was before them? So then I think they're called like category 2 stars or something. So then they're like made up of less elements. And now there was like, but these are like early door stars where they are just made up of like hydrogen and helium. And by the looks of the James Webb Telescope, they may have found those, man. So they're the very first beginning stars. If that fucking made sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's fucking crazy though, isn't it? Because what do you study past then? If fucking we know what they're made of.
Well, I saw a thing and there's certain sizes of stars. So obviously our like sun is like a medium to smallish size star. And when a star is so massive, like they're full of mass, they get bigger and then they blow up and they obviously cause like supernova and shit. But then they'll die every million years, something like that. But there's the smaller suns and stars that are around like trillions of years. Like some have been around since the very beginning of the universe and still around today. So like they still might be there. That like
Is it? Oh, Fucking hell. Is it true as well that some stars, like within a certain radius of each other, like a star can let off gases and like mass and matter and stuff, and the stars next to them kind of absorb it into their gravity, and their mass gets bigger and bigger, and then they fucking like supernova, and
Yeah.
then their matter like kind of recycles back into the other ones, and that creates another one. It kind of whirlpools, and they like all feed off each other, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's called nuclear fission. That is, that's what
Mm.
causes most supernovas. Yeah, like another star can absorb the elements and stuff from another star, and obviously cause it to explode. Also,
Mass gets too great.
what might be happening to that star Betelgeuse? Like that could go off any minute. And it's one of the brightest stars in the Orion constellation. So if you look up in the sky even now, especially like in winter night, you'll see like a sort of blinking red dot in the sky, and that's a star called Betelgeuse. And it's so fucking massive that if you put it in where our sun's location is, it's like size would like reach like Jupiter or somewhere stupid. Like it goes past Mars. Like that's how fucking big this star is, and it's ready to blow up at any minute and go in supernova. Or it might have already happened, but it obviously takes like a while for us to see it. But it's ready at any moment. And when it does, you'll be able to see it as big as like a full moon, even in the daytime in the sky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because even if it blows up now, it's gonna take us fucking years and years to
Yeah, it
see
might
it.
have already happened. It might already be in supernova right now. We just obviously it takes a while for that. I can't remember how far away it is light years wise, but I think it takes like could be like maybe 7 months or something for it to reach. So like any moment in the sky, you could be like, "What the fuck's that?" And then you find out it's actually in supernova. But that'd be cool, man. Just looking up and just knowing that like a star's blow up and you're seeing like the remnants of a supernova, like that'd be fucking so like humbling to see. I think, man.
That's the maddest fact about fucking space and stuff. Just the speed of light is just how long ago stuff happened, because it just takes that long to get to us for us to visualize it. That's how fucking far away something is.
Yeah, I looked. I can't remember what it was as well. Like one of the first ever like air like telescopes that not telescopes. What's the word? Like aircrafts that we ever sent up into space that took pictures. It took pictures of, like Jupiter and Neptune and stuff. Called Voyager 1. I think they sent it in like 74, 76, and it's still going now and transferring data. But it's done like it went round like every fucking planet essentially, like slingshotted, and now we're just letting it go. And
Yeah,
the plan is obviously, and it's accelerated its speed because as it's gone around these slingshot of planets, it's like got faster and faster and faster. And I think I've read something like, I'm going to look it up in a minute, because when you think about space and how big it is, you can't really conceptualize it in your head. Like when I just described Betelgeuse and how big it is compared to like our sun and where it would be, and that you can think about it, but you can't really visualize it. But when I was reading this the other day, I was like, oh fuck, like space is big. And
yeah.
obviously that got launched like mid 70s, and it's still going now. And it's been going since, how many years, fucking 50 years or whatever. And the plan is in like, I don't want to get the numbers wrong, but something like in so many years that it's going to reach one light day, not even one light year.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the most interesting thing to me about that to me is how fucking far away it is. And when they spun it around in like what 2019 or something, and
Mm.
took a picture of Earth, and Earth was like a single fucking pixel in size, and they launched it like you say like 50 years ago, but it's only like 23, because you hear fucking like millions of light years away and blah blah blah, but it's only like 23 light hours away.
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking crazy how
Yeah.
far it is.
So Voyager 1 is not yet one light year from Earth, but it's projected to take about 17,000 years to reach that distance at its current speed. It is currently about one light day away and will not reach one light year distance for an extremely long time. So its current distance from Earth right now is 24 billion kilometers, which is 15 billion miles from Earth, and it's still not traveled a full light day.
Fuck.
Not even
Yeah,
light
it's like,
year.
I know, it's like 20 something light hours away.
And its current speed is 61,000 miles an hour right now. Just not even going like at a small speed. So that when you hear that and you think, fuck, like I read that like it's gonna take like centuries just to get to the the Oort cloud, which is like where apparently comets come from. It's kind of speculative at the moment, but it's kind of like if you look at the solar system, if you like zoom out, then there's like a big circle of asteroids around the solar system. That's where they think comets come from because they come from all different angles. So just for it to get to the Oort cloud, and then then beyond that is like different galaxies and shit. It's gonna take like centuries. Like that is unbelievable. Like so you can look up at the sky and you can even see like the Andromeda galaxy and literally see it with your eyes. But like the idea of ever getting there and the distance between there, it's like it's unfathomable, man. It's crazy to me.
It's fucking cool. Just down the road, basically, Voyager 1.
Yeah, just down the fucking road. But yeah, that's
That's
so
mad, though,
crazy.
ain't it? 61,000 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, and like I said, they might have discovered like the first ever stars in the universe, man. The first ever stars that were just knocking about, and some still might be there and knocking about too.
But expanding, though, yeah.
Well, some obviously do, and then they might die out or become like neutron stars, because some get so big that then they collapse and become supernova, and they could even cause black holes and shit that way. But some will just literally just die out, and like there's probably millions and billions and trillions out there that you can't observe and see because they don't emit light or there's no light coming off them, so they're just kind of like dead fucking floating planets or stars, whatever. Like because if they give no light, you can't see them. But yeah, it's a cool picture. But yeah, some of them still might just be there, man, knocking about. Because obviously, I don't know if you've ever seen any pictures on the James Webb Telescope. There's literally like it's almost like a picture of like just a bunch of just smears and splodges on the screen, but they're
Yeah,
like
I've seen it.
they're literally like galaxy clusters, and like each
Yeah.
galaxy is like millions and millions of light years across and away from each other, but they're all just in one picture, and it's like fuck, like that's literally like light that's traveled for 13 billion years since the universe maybe have started with a big bang to reach that, and then that's come down to like our computers and shit. It's crazy to actually like think about that we're seeing like maybe even the beginning of time, man.
And the universe expanding is slowing down, ain't it?
No, it's accelerating. It's doing the opposite.
I thought it was slowing down.
No, it's doing the actual opposite.
It's mad that I can't remember who it was, like fucking, I don't know the name, but whoever, like, I think it was like Greeks or something, figured out that we weren't the center of the universe. Like
Yeah,
we thought we were.
Copernicus.
Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say fucking Sisyphus, but that's like a Greek god, or something.
Yeah,
But
Copernicus.
but it's mad that the universe is expanding, but we're not in a position where stuff's coming past us, even though we're not in the center. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if shit was just flying past us all the time because we're like out in the expansion.
Well, yeah. Well, it technically kind of is. Like if you look at like 31 Atlas and stuff, and comets coming past and stuff like that, stuff is flying past us. Really, like you can go out now and get a telescope out, and you can see like comets and there's meteor showers and stuff. That shit just flying past us. Really.
To be fair, what I said kind of suggests that we're sitting still, but we're just traveling parallel to it, Amy. Like we're traveling with it all. So
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen like a diagram of how like it looks in the solar system. So like the sun's kind of like the point, and then like things are sort of spiraling up and around it, like we're constantly moving. Like
it's like DNA in it.
when we're planning to like go to Mars, and I say we as humans, obviously not me and you, like
Just after Vienna, right?
yeah, so like they have to plan where Mars is going to be to get there because at some point we're really close to Mars, but then the way we orbit, we could be like on the complete opposite side of the sun to Mars, so we're really far away from it. So like we've got to sort of launch at a time where we're going to meet sort of in the middle to where Mars is. It can be, but yeah, or if you do it where like we're on basically the opposite sides of the sun in our orbit cycles, it could take a couple of years or something. It's crazy that
Do you think you had?
Go on.
Do you think you had any influence for this love of space, or is it like a new thing that you've just found? 'Cause I mean, it's so fucking intriguing and interesting. It's all real and scientific, but I think like anyone could be fascinated by it. But do you think it came from anywhere, or did you just discover it yourself?
I think there's a little bit of as you have known me for a very long time, I'm a curious person. So I'm like, why does that work that way? Or what's that? So like when I was a kid, I would always be like, why is the sky blue? And when people would just be like, oh, it's blue, but I'd be like, but why is it blue? Like I wouldn't just accept that it is. Um, so there's always been a curiosity. Like I would always just look up at the stars and be like, what the fuck? What? Like I remember once I was in the car and I was really fucking young, and I just said to like my mom and my stepdad, I was like, why is the moon following us? And it's like it's not. It's just always there. And he was like, can you see the man in the moon? I was like, fucking man in the moon. And they were like, yeah, can't you see the face? And I was like, yeah, kind of. But then I was like, what is it? Like, there's this entity, especially when as a kid, like a man in the moon, like, what is this living thing that's there then? And I'd look at it and it would like really like make me like think, what the fuck is that thing? Like, they just said it's a moon, but like, how can I just accept that? And then growing up, obviously questioning it more and looking up at the sky more and being like, what's that star? Like, what is that in the sky? Like, yeah, it's a star, but what is it? Like, do we know what that is? And then, like, when there would be like a meteor shower or like, a sky event or a rocket launching and stuff, my stepdad was like very into that stuff because he watches the news and he'd just be like, oh, do you want to go out in the garden tonight? There's this happening or there's these shooting stars or whatever. And you'd have like binoculars and like a telescope and we'd just go out and just look and it'd be like seeing it, especially as a kid, like, fuck, that's like something flying past Earth. Like, whoa, like stuff's just happening outside of this planet. Like, we're not just on this planet, there's shit going on outside of us. Like, it was like exciting and like made you feel like some people it makes them feel insignificant because it's like what's the fucking point when we're just like a grain of sand in the universe and what we do ultimately means nothing, but it makes me feel like there's more than just us out there and that's exciting to me. So it's just curiosity and just I think a touch of like kid joy of being like, oh, because even now, like I remember a couple of years ago, I was like, yo, come and watch this like meteor shower with me, and we climbed up that hill and we was at like 2 in the morning and was watching it. And when you do just see one zoom past, it does bring out like your inner child, like, oh, what was that? Like it's like a quick like rush, you know what I mean? When you see that shit. And it's
Yeah.
like every time I listen to some space shit or yeah, there's a new discovery and I'll read like a paper on it or like a publish on it or like even a podcast like Neil deGrasse Tyson does one that's really good. And he obviously can break it down so people who idiots like me and you that can understand it. Like it's like, oh fuck, like that's real, man. That's like really out there. Like there's more than just like get up, go to work. It's like real shit happened out there and caused us to be alive.
Yeah. It is, man, and it was a fun night, just fucking stargazing. And it forces you to put your fucking phone down, like we were talking about before. And like you say, it's not just a black void, man. Like stuff's fucking flying at millions of miles an hour, and it's like it it kind of feels fake, don't it? Because it feels like it's just your little patch of sky that you're looking at. It's like it's just fucking edited in or something, or it's just faked. But like so much stuff's going on, and just cataclysmic shit just crashing into each other, and just the drama of space. But it's just so peaceful, and it's just so fast. But yeah, like them kind of curiosities and interests is what I hope to just accelerate in my kid, man. Like just I do try and tell him, like he asks what the moon is and like where the sun is or why it's dark, and I do try and tell him like, oh, like the sun's gone down, that's why the moon's up, or you know, the whole world gets its light from the sun, that's why it's dark because the sun's gone down. When it comes up, it's light, and he'll say like, where's the sun? And I'll say it's in space, and he's like, what's that mean? And I'm like, well, we're on a planet and there's like millions of other planets floating around us, and like that's just our one moon. And I try and tell him all this stuff, man, just rather than just like, oh, it's just the moon, shut up. You know what I mean? You gotta spark their brains to start thinking,
Yeah,
man.
it's weird to me that like people don't question it. Like, oh yeah, that's just the moon. Like people don't look up at the sky and like ponder and wonder like I said, I'll go out sometimes and like I've said it before, but I'll know constellations. I'll look and be like, oh, that's this or whatever. But then sometimes like obviously because the night sky changes throughout the year, so like the winter sky is the best because it's clear nights, but it's obviously so cold. But sometimes I'll look up and I'll see like a bright star, and I'm like, what the fuck's that? Like I've never seen that one before. And I've got like an app where you can move your phone about and it tells you like exactly like the night sky guide. And it'll be like this, and I'll be like, fucking hell, I've never seen or heard of that star before. This is the first time I'm like technically seeing it. And then I'll click on like the info button, and it'll tell me like what it is, and it'll have like a real picture of it from like a telescope and shit. I'm like, fucking hell, like I've just discovered something new. But people just look at the stars and think, yeah, those are stars, but I'll look at them as like individuals. Like I see them in my head as kind of like alive because no, they evolve and they change and they move. Like I see them as like living things. I don't just see them as like stars, and I see them as like entities. Like those are like the earth is like we're alive and it's blossoming. And if you look at us from afar, like we've got oceans and shit. Like it's alive. Like we're not on a dead planet. Like there's a core. It moves. That's all. There's earthquakes and fucking waves and shit. Like these things are kind of living things in their own right, man. So like it just fascinates me that it goes just further and further on. Like, the more you zoom out, you think, fucking hell, that's there, that's there, that's there. And then on top of that, like that's just space, but then you go to like a microscopic level and like a quantum level, and all that shit's just happening like every day that you don't even know. Like when you first start discovering that shit. Like right now, like Einstein and stuff discovered that there's a thing called like LIGO, and it's like it detects gravitational waves, which the person won like a Nobel Prize with like a few years ago, like 2017, 2019. And they discovered that like when black holes even collide and like supernovas happen, it sends like gravitational ripples throughout the universe. And those right now, those effects and particles and waves are going through us in our rooms right fucking now, this instant, because it's constantly just shit's rippling through space through us. And it's like that's just happening right now at a quantum level, but we're just walking through going, yep, gotta go to work. So, but that shit's just happening at such a level that you don't even like recognize it, man. Like even light, like the reason me and you can see each other because the way light's hitting our retina and the matter of you is made up in the shape that you're made up and stuff like. But I just look at you and think, oh, that's just how you look. But it's really you're all made up of like little particles and stuff, and that fascinates the shit out of me as well, man.
Yeah, man. And speaking like that makes you it just makes you want to go out and fucking see some shit, don't it? Like go to the fucking jungle and just see life and go camping and just appreciate the fucking world, man, instead of just putting your head in your palm.
Yeah, especially because I have been fascinated by this shit for years, and the idea that how hard it seems life is to become. And then you look on Earth and you just see like an ant, and then you look up and you see a squirrel, and you might see a fox, and like that's flourishing in life. And I constantly see animals that I've never even seen before. And I think, fucking hell, and like how rare that genuinely might be in the universe, and that we're just like filled with it here. Like that fascinates me as well, man. Like we're full of it, and like there might not be any of it anyway in this whole expanding universe, man. And we just like eat it, like, yeah, give me a fucking fish.
Give me a trout on here.
uh,
Yeah, it is mad, and with the fucking. It's the thing though, ain't it? Like we've been domesticated for fucking a couple hundred years, well, a few hundred years, 1,000 years, fucking whatever. But like when you think of it as like the food chain, like the animal food chain, like from the top down, like it's just that in effect, man. We got the better brain, so we've perfected being indoors and building buildings and shit. But like eating animals and fish and stuff like that, it's just part of the fucking food chain. It's where we came from. Like this, if you don't kill a fucking if you don't kill a pig and eat it, there's still going to be a tiger out there ripping a fucking book open. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's still on the food chain. You can't stop it all.
Yeah. And this is obviously like this is called Joint Thoughts Podcast, and that is like literally joint thoughts what we just spoke about, man. Like there's people out there that would get high and listen to that, like, yo, man, that's deep, you know what I mean? And we're both completely sober right now too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so we should start wrapping it up a sec because we've been going for a little bit. But
I was thinking of putting a bow in it.
this is episode 10, man. We've done 10 of these motherfuckers.
And 10's a small number, but if you think of it over like 10 weeks, ain't like a small amount of time. Like we've been going for quite a while now.
And over an hour, so there's at least, and like somewhere around half, so there's at least maybe like 15 hours of us just talking. That's quite a lot. Just put out
and
there.
What I like about this as well is it's not just like fleeting conversation while you're on your phone or fucking watching TV or whatever. Like we're just talking. You know what I mean? It's nice because we just concentrate on talking and having conversation. That's all. Like there's no phones, there's no fucking distractions. just pure conversation, which is nice to just turn up with somebody and just conversate. You know what I mean? Because you fucking get to a coffee shop with friends or get food with friends, like they're sitting on the phone or whatever. It's like it's half baked conversation, but this is like pure, just chat to chat, man. It's nice.
Yeah, it's engagement in it.
Yeah, it's like exciting. It's like more fucking, it's more engaging.
Yeah, and I have no idea if you have any goals or any plans for what you'd like to see and do with this, or even if you want to fucking even say it on mic and maybe say some of that shit in the background. But like, yeah, like even 10 episodes in, obviously, I'm still looking forward to doing this every week. I want to evolve it and adapt it into whatever it's going to become. But yeah, it's cool that we're 10 fucking episodes into it, man.
Yeah, it's nice, and it was literally just a small thought, weren't it? Like we've said for years, we should do it, but I just said, shall we just fucking start one? And we just have. Like, it's not fucking hard. Like, we've got the setups and everything, and I genuinely just fucking enjoy coming and chatting. Like you say, like just pure chat with time to give. Like it's nice to have. It's kind of like a scheduled conversation where we're both committed
It
to just
is.
talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's nice.
I look forward to it every time. So yeah, but yeah, and next week possibly we might have our first guest on as well. Obviously depending on schedules. If not, it's just gonna be me and you fucking chatting shit as per. But yeah, we might end up having a guest next week, which would be pretty good and unique, and we'll see how that works. If it's fucking shit and awful, then we'll never do it ever again.
But nah, I enjoyed that one. That was good, man.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, but I was speaking to a couple of people because we get feedback, especially from friends. Um, most people listen to Spotify, but if you listen / watch on YouTube, drop a like on it and subscribe and shit on it as well, because that helps us obviously get into algorithms and stuff. And we do put shorts out from time to time as well, so that helps get us out there and stuff. So yeah, give us a like and shit.
Peace and love. Call your nan, tell her you love her.
Peace out, man.